Sorry, one last thing I've got to say. Before we go through these movements, give yourself a nice little warm up first, like 20 to 30 repetitions of a bodyweight squat. Don't rush through them or anything like that, just take your time with them. Full range of motion, go right in and out of it. And you're going to need a piece of equipment as well. You're going to need like a 10-inch object that you can really squeeze on, be about 10 or 15 inches. I'm using a foam roller today. You could use like a medicine ball, a football. You could use like two pillows like folded over each other and squish them together. But it's going to need to be something that you can put a little bit of force against without it completely collapsing in on itself. So yeah, first thing we're going to do then, correct the pelvis misalignment that we might have. So first thing we're going to do is a lot of people who are a little bit tight on one side and usually have a little bit of a hip imbalance, and most of the time this can be corrected. So what we're going to do is you're going to lay on your back, you're going to try and suck your belly button right into your spine. Whilst you're doing that, you're going to lift your knees up into the air until your shins are facing the ceiling. They should be all good and straight. You're going to put your hands on your knees, and on one side we're going to push them together, so your hand is going to push into your knee, your knee's going to push into your hand, and on the other side we're going to pull away from each other. So this hand's going to try and pull my knee towards my chest, while my knee is trying to kind of pull itself towards the wall. So these two pulling in, these two are pushing against. Squeeze the belly button into your spine, and we're going to put that force right on there, generate a lot of force, but make sure that you keep your legs in line with each other. And we're just going to hold that on for 10 seconds. As soon as we're done with there, 10 seconds on that side, we're going to go on the other side, 10 seconds again. Now when you're doing this, make sure that you keep your legs in line with each other. Don't be letting anything like crazy happen, like your legs going all off to one side. Keep them in line, and you want to visit each side twice. Once we've done each side, good 10 seconds on each leg. I'm not really doing it in real time right now, just to let you know. 10 seconds on each leg, twice over. As soon as we're done with that, now we're ready to get into some stretches. First thing you want to do, stretch out the side of your hips here. All interconnected with your lower back, major contributor towards lower back pain. You're going to get your legs out straight. If you have the room, you want to be able to get your arms out straight right now. And have your palms facing up towards the ceiling. You want to keep your shoulders pinned against the floor. You're going to turn your hips right onto the side. Once he's over, you're going to stick one leg up. Have your knee right out there. Don't be keeping your foot on the other leg. Keep it hanging out there. And then you're going to use this hand here, closest to your knee. And you're going to pull it right down towards the floor, and you're going to try and keep that shoulder blade pinned towards the floor. Whilst we're doing this, if you manage to get your hand opened out, you'll probably feel like this is like a total body stretch, like going right up the side. But the majority of the stretch that you should feel right now, and if you're just keeping your hands down the side, this is all you'll feel, is just across the hips there. So keep them shoulders pinched down, push it right down, and we're going to hold that stretch for 30 seconds on there. As soon as we're done with him, 30 seconds on the other side. And once we've done that, you just want to repeat over again, 30 seconds on each leg. So you're doing 2 sets of 30 seconds on each leg. Now, if you're a little bit tighter on one side than the other, feel free to just spend a little bit more time in that area. Nothing wrong with it. Next thing you want to do is the wall glute stretch. Sit yourself, feet against the wall. Sit your butt right against your feet. Lie onto your back. Shins against the wall, feet against the wall. You want to have your shins facing the ceiling. They should be nice and straight. And you want to keep your hips pinned down towards the floor. Now that we're all in this position, you want to cross an ankle over your opposite knee. Push hips down to the floor. Make sure they're staying pinned down there. And whilst you're keeping those hips pinned down, you want to pull your knee in towards the center of your chest. So we should feel a stretch just up here into the side of your butt. Put them right in. If you don't feel a stretch right there, you can always lean yourself in a little bit closer, as long as you can keep that force going down towards the floor. 30 seconds on each leg again. Just done with one side, make sure you visit that opposite side. Even if it's not as tight, it's just always good that if you're going to get, one side stretch, you should always stretch out the other side a bit as well. Although I'd just always spend, as I said, a little bit more time on any side that feels a little bit tighter. Once we're done, 30 seconds on each leg. Again, go twice over, so it's 2 sets of 30 seconds on each leg. You're going to turn yourself round. We're going to get into the couch stretch. You want to get yourself onto one knee, like you look like you're getting ready to propose to someone. Stay chest proud, abs tight, push your hips forward and squeeze your butt. You should feel a good stretch. It could be going from your knee all the way up to the front of your hip, but we're looking to target all around here at the front of your hips, very top of your leg. Pushing it out there. If you do not feel the stretch in this position, don't worry about it. You can get yourself down, lift your leg up, put your shin against the wall, push it down till your knee is in towards the floor, prop yourself on this front leg. Once we're here, you want to try and push your hip down towards the floor. Really try and push them down there, squeeze your glutes as hard as you can. That's a bit of a deeper stretch down there. If you don't feel that one too much, you can prop yourself up and try and get your butt right against your heels. Again, squeeze your glute. All of those are different stages of the same stretch. Whichever one you're feeling, you know, it's going to feel uncomfortable like in the stretch, but whenever you find one that's giving you a good stretch, again, 30 seconds on each leg, go twice over with them. Once we're done with all those guys, we need to get on a little bit of glute activation work. So for this, we're going to do some hip bridges. You're going to lay yourself down onto your back, bring your feet up, so they're a bit close towards your butt, should be relatively close. You want to have your knees about 1 foot apart or about the same kind of width as you'd have if you're doing a squat. And once we're in here, you want to push your hips up till they're facing towards the ceiling. You want to lean all your weight right up onto the very top of your upper back or the very bottom of your neck. Push it right up there. Lower your hips down. Push them up again. These are the repetitions. And we want to be doing really, really squeezy repetitions where you're just squeezing your butt as hard as you can at the top, driving the force through your heels. We want to be getting about 20 repetitions in here. Every single rep, really squeeze it, and then once you get to your last rep, you're going to hold that tension, you're going to squeeze your butt as hard as you can for a good 10 seconds. As soon as you're done, we're all done. Now, if you are deadlifting or squatting above about 60 kilograms in the gym, you want to make this a little bit harder for yourself. Put 1 foot up towards the ceiling, and you can just do it as a single leg variation. Again, putting all the weight up onto your upper back, pushing your hips right up into the air, lower down, and again. And you'd want to be doing 20 repetitions on each leg. Will be nice there. 15 to 20 repetitions on each leg should really do it. Left leg as well. Make sure that you get them both in. Really extend your hips as much as you can do every single time that we're doing this. And again, that 10-second hold at the end of all your reps as well. Boom. Now, lower body is all sorted. Your glutes are a huge muscle, you know, right underneath your hips, and they help to keep your hips in proper position underneath your spine. They also help out, obviously, like when we're doing like squats and deadlifts, supporting a stronger lift. But because we sit down on our butts all the time, they tend to just be a little bit lazy. Like you might have strong glutes, but they might not be very responsive and active all the time. So if we can get in all these movements in, like try and get them in as early as you can do in the morning. If you are experiencing any lower back pains or discomforts or anything like that, and you'll feel great for the rest of the day. If you have got any discomforts or anything like that, and you're coming towards the gym, especially if it's the day that you're weightlifting, take the 5 minutes and either get through these done at home, or when you come to the gym, just do them on the Astro in the gym before you go into your session. That way, you know, you'll have a much more productive session. It'll be pain-free. Whereas if you go in there knowing that you've got some discomforts, then, you know, that session might be one that you get a few niggles in. So yeah, get them in, girls. If you have got any injuries or anything like that, I would advise that you're doing this like every single day for your first week. And then after that, you know, 2 or 3 times a week. If you're feeling all good with your upper body mobility, if you've done the Nimble 9 quite a lot, you might just want to focus on doing these lower body ones for a little while. But yeah, try and get them in 2 or 3 times a week, especially if you've got an injury going on at the moment or one that might be waiting to happen. So yeah, hope this helps you, girls. Have an awesome night.